One of the amazing things about being in Orlando for the PGA show every year is that just about everybody in the golf business comes here and is either presenting or meeting with other presenters. And today we ran into Bobby Clampett, who's been an old friend of AmateurGolf.com, long time, obviously, golf professional, and before that, major amateur championship winner. And we just really like Bobby's approach to impact and his impact zone golf, which he started with a book, migrated that into schools that are around the country, and they're also on a digital academy. So Bobby Clampett spent some time with us, and I think if you watch, you just might learn what impact is and why it's so important. Doesn't matter what your swing looks like. It's all that moment of truth. So AmateurGolf.com, an old friend of our company, Bobby Clampett. If I gave your resume, it would take me a long time to do it. But back to your amateur days, we were just talking. You won the Sunny Hannah Anna Amateur, the Porter Cup, and the Western. Those are three majors. 2 Haskin Awards and PGA Tour victories, commentating. That's a little bit of it, right? But Impact Zone Golf, that's what you do now. Give me a little intro on what Impact Zone is, and I want to ask you another specific question, but tell me about the school.
Okay. Well, first of all, it's great to be on your show, and I love what you guys are doing, and amateur golf is such an important part of our whole business of the game of golf, and so important to me because of when I was in college and playing the amateur circuit. Those were tournaments that really got me prepared to becoming a professional, and so I love what you guys are doing. It's awesome stuff. But back to Impact Zone, after I retired from the Champions Tour, I decided that the book that I had written, The Impact Zone, was kind of hit a tipping point. We started certifying instructors, doing golf schools, and really found that teaching was really my passion. And there were lots of people to replace me on the Champions Tour, but I really felt like I was onto something with impact-based teaching as a better model of how to improve people's games, because impact-based teaching just focuses on what really matters most, and that's how you get to proper impact. And it's not only identifying the elements of impact that are important, but also identifying the consistency and how to make it consistent. And so understanding that there's so many different styles of swings that can get you there. You look at so many of the golfers today, you look at the Matt Wolfs and the Jim Furyk's and Bubba Watsons of the world. I mean, they swing so many different ways. And it's really the beauty of the game. And for so long, we've been stuck in this quagmire of teaching golf through what we call style-based teaching methods and trying to get people to connect the dots and set up a certain way and grip it a certain way and look a certain way at the top, and whether it be the one-plane swing, the two-plane swing, the stack and tilt swing, the A swing, the square-to-square swing, the gravity golf swing, whatever it is, it's a type of style that, quite frankly, some of the best players in the world don't do any of it. So what does matter? And it is proper impact. So building a teaching system based on that moment of truth and then working everything backwards from there, because you can always find certain things in a person's impact that there's opportunity to improve. And then when you improve that, they actually start playing better and their scores come down. They, most importantly, enjoy the game more, because golf can be a really frustrating game if you don't know how to fix things. And when you really understand impact, that's when you learn how to fix things.
Right. And so many of us say, when we're joking about our game, we say, I'm just trying to make contact. Yeah. But really what they're talking about is they're trying to make impact with the ball, but it's not just about hitting the ball. The club has to be square. It has to be accelerating. It has to be in at a certain angle. So what do you see when you do the impact-based golf and work it back to why they're not creating proper impact? What do you see from low, mid, any handicap golfer as the result? What's the end result for them?
Well, you got to identify what are the parameters of impact you're looking at, and you mentioned several of them. So first of all, it's low point. Where's the low point in your swing? And we've identified that if your low point is 4 inches in front of the ball, that gives you your maximum margin of error. So golf is a game of misses, and you notice the pros miss the ball better than anybody else, and it's because they have such efficient dynamics at impact. One of them is low point. Their low point's about 4 inches in front of the ball. We actually did a study and found that for every inch that your swing bottom is behind the 4 inches in front, where the pros have it, equates to 4 shots around on your handicap per inch. So it's a pretty important element of impact, but it's not the only one. Of course, you got swing path is very important as well. But then when you start looking at where's the ball being struck on the club face, is the club face square open or closed to that path, and then you start measuring consistencies of that, and then are you able to deliver the club with enough speed, because speed is also a very important aspect of the game. We see that those who have higher club head speeds typically have lower handicaps than those who don't. So all those things putting together identify, well, where are the real opportunities. And the nice thing about impact-based teaching is it's subjective. You can actually measure and see, and it makes teaching so much more fun, and the students like it, because this was the element with me that I always struggled with going to the so-called best coaches of the game, is they would have opinions, and they'd say, you know, Bobby, your swing looks like has more moving parts than an erector set, and you got to make some changes, and I like you to get into this position. And so I would go like, okay, this is a position you want me to get in. They say, yeah, that's a lot better, but you know, I don't like being in that position, and I'm shooting 78 from here. You know, help me understand. I understand this is your opinion, but can you make it objective so that I know that I'm really getting better? And that's why I developed impact-based teaching, because it is the only objective way of really knowing, are you improving or not? And you can actually see now with all this incredible technology that we have, you can actually measure all these things, and you can actually measure consistencies of them and see, is the person getting better or not.
To learn more about Bobby Clampett and Impact Zone, go to impactzonegolf.com, follow him on Facebook and Instagram, and by all means, look into the Digital Academy. There is a wealth of information there. Whether you can attend one of the schools or not, it's all there.